Okay, this is part 3 of the video blog. So I'm going to pick up where I left off before, talking about people stalking. I had a stalker at the Oasis um, who it happened to be that I booked my favorite artist, and her name was Barbara Manning, and she came down and played a show for us down at the Oasis. And um, as we opened the doors, we had quite a few people show up. We had a couple hundred people pop in right after we opened our doors. I try as I might. I'm trying to remember who I booked for the headliner, but Barbara was playing, and so she came down, and things were going well. Got a lot of people in there drinking. Everybody's having a good time. And I'm walking around, and I see her, and I walk up to her, and I see she has a concerned look on her face. And I said, oh, what's going on? Are you all right? And she goes, I am, but I have a small problem. I said, okay, what's that? She says, my stalker's here. Now, I don't care what profession you're in. You could be selling cell phones. You could be, um, you know, retail. You could be doing groceries. You could be, you could be a lawyer. You could be a reporter. Um, Nobody wants to know. Nobody wants to have a stalker. You always hear about them with celebrities or whatnot, well-known celebrities. But hey, even those who aren't well-known, that can happen to them. Somebody wants to think that they're part of their world, wants to be part of it, or is delusional to the aspect of to the point of saying that I'm part of the scene, I'm part of I'm part of whatever's going on. This person's in love with me. They want to write a song with me. I want to write songs with them. I want to do movies. I've written movies. I've done this. Whatever it takes. Books. Whatever. Stalking comes in different shapes, forms, and color, I guess. So I have a stalker. Now, my first instinct, obviously, is to get back his money and have him leave the venue. And I went and got my security manager, a guy named Kurt, good guy, and brought him up to speed what was going on. So that's what my first reaction is to eject him, give him back his money, and just say, hey, Uh, but Barbara, being very gracious, she says, well, I don't want him singled out necessarily. I mean, right now he's not bothering me. I'm just letting you know. I said, okay. Well, what do you want to do in that situation? There's no order of protection, so I can't legally just sit there and say you can't be in here. I mean, that would be Barbara's call anyway. The person, not my call. So Kirk said he had an idea, and he called over our best guy on the floor, a guy named Alex Fuentes, um, to come on over. Now, Alex is a badass. I'm not kidding you. That guy has some of the fastest hands I've seen. Um, he was he was just a great guy, still is, and saved my ass more than once. Uh, um, and Just a great overall cooler or bouncer or whatever you want to call him. But I call him friend. And so we brought him over and we said, we told him the situation, and he says, well, here's what Kurt's idea is we want you to shadow the guy. We want you to be his new best friend. And so Alex said, okay, that sounds like an idea to me. So what Alex did was he basically got on the guy's back, didn't say a word to him, not a word, didn't have to, just stood there. Wherever the guy was, Alex was. Um, he walked to the back of the club, Alex was there. He went to the bathroom, looked over, Alex was in the next stall. And about 25 minutes, and our staff was also aware of who he was. So a lot of times the bartenders would say, hi, how are you? He'd be sitting by the bar, or if he was walking, one of the guys come and say, everything all right? How are you? And he was just, basically letting him know that, hey, we see you. And but about 30 minutes after this, and right after the first act, even before Barbara went on stage, cracked. He just couldn't take any more of it. He never got close to Barbara. There was a guy always with her, and every time he turned around, there was Alex. So about 30 minutes after this, he just bailed. He just I don't. Nobody said a word to him. Nobody said anything. I can tell you that. No one said anything at all. But he had enough, and so he got up and he left, and he didn't come back. That's the only time I've ever had a stalker. Uh, I've had two other ones that I had brushes with, but nothing like that. Um, I just don't like the idea of someone, you know, being a creeper, so to speak. You know, coveting somebody else's space, taking fame, taking their claim to fame, or wanting to invade someone's personal area. It's just not right to do. Um, I don't like people who. I just don't think it's right. Actually, most sane people don't either. Um, so I guess that brings up to an incident that just happened. I just stumbled across sitting over here, and I know a guy who's a friend, and and he's been attacked lately by someone who wants to be somebody. Uh, he's has a podcast, and he goes on the podcast, and he rips this guy, he rips my friend, and makes comments about him, and he calls everybody a troll and whatnot. But this guy is seriously delusional. He is very he's a worst case of a wannabe that I've seen in quite a while. Now, most of the time, it's all about perspective, and one of those guys is just like, you know what, it's it's sort of humorous in one respect. It's sort of humorous in the fact you read this guy's comments and sprack, and he's definitely following my friend, seeing what he's saying about him, and whatnot. My friend's just doing his thing, doing his podcast, but for some reason he's just got a crawl on him, and he's looking for a confrontation to build his own ego, and my friend is not giving him the satisfaction of it, which drives him more nuts. If he could get driven more nuts, so you can have some fun with this, as far as that goes. But I caught something that this guy put down um, on his page that really rankled me, um, and I guess I was thinking, why has this bothered me so much? I mean, I was thinking, this guy's nothing but a 2 cent, 2 cent nobody who wants to be somebody but isn't. So why am I even giving this a thought? And why am I even spending 10 minutes or 20 minutes even talking about this? But I think I understand why I'm upset. And so let me conclude this, and I will come back and hopefully conclude this blog. And I hope you enjoyed seeing Paladin for part 3. Isn't he handsome? He definitely is. I love the way the white cascades down his back. And he doesn't look like a turkey either, which is a good thing, because my friend Monique's cat, Kobe, was recently called a turkey because he's sitting in the same position that Paladin is. But Paladin's no turkey. He's just a good-looking cat. All right, so I'm going to end this and come back and explain why I'm upset about this troll. Talk to you soon.